Hey everybody, it is October, and we have Defiance. This is the last chapter in the Legacy of Kain series, and more importantly, the last chapter in our Year of Kain. So we're gonna jump in. I have already played the first 40 minutes or so of this, just to make sure I kind of had all my controls set up and ready to go. So if I don't have a ton to say, necessarily, regarding the first couple, like in the first couple episodes, you know why. Unfortunately, a necessary evil to make sure that this was working, because, hey, guess what? PC ports, as always with this series, are a fucking mess. This game, no different.
Given the choice.
Now we're gonna watch their opening cutscene. Oh, so look, fucking subtitles, guys!
Or to challenge.
I'm so excited for subtitles.
Another throw, a better throw.
Into the future. The future of subtitles.
What was a king to do?
Kain's not really a king. Just gonna put that out there. He's not a king by the state of words. He's more an emperor or a conqueror. A king is a, like, he's, you know, born into it. He's by birth he is a monarch, and he really more he conquered and took his throne. Also, as you can see, they didn't really have it in their minds to build an opening FMV for this. I don't know why, considering all the other games had an opening FMV, so they just decided to reappropriate footage from Soul Reaver 1 and 2's opening FMVs and go to lunch. Like, after this, it just jumps right in the engine. Or no, after this part, it jumps right into the engine. It's just like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird.
One can only match.
Not that that's a problem. I mean, the opening FMV in Soul Reaver 1 is, in my opinion, the best video in the series so far, anyways. Like, it looks really good. It shows Kain in a perfect light. You get that great scene of the wings spreading out and then him ripping them down. Like, it's just, that's a really good scene. And it still looks good. Even like, it even looked good watching it on the PS3 when we were playing Soul Reaver 1. Like, that scene still looks really, really good. And now we're in the engine. You can tell because everything looks significantly worse. I don't know, this game actually looks pretty okay. Like, it upscaled pretty good. Get to see the bat combination flight thing. That was a cool thing we missed. Kain transforming at all is actually something that was not in Blood Omen 2, it occurs to me. No wolf form, no bats, none of that. Just Kain, just doing his thing. Some basic vampire powers, which is a pity, because becoming bats and wolves and stuff is a cool part of Blood Omen 1.
Sarafan Brotherhood, deemed impossible for any man to penetrate.
Penetrate. I think Kain's gonna penetrate that guard.
For any man.
Close enough. Alright. I do like that blood is more of a, like, an actual thing in this game. In the last games, blood kind of always appears as, like, splotches on the ground, basically. You know, it always feels like an effect. And this blood has a bit of a weight to it. You'll see what I mean when we start drinking Guy's blood. It's interesting.
In the end, we'd rooted out an entire nest of the fiends.
But we had swept that area.
These bros talk.
Not well enough, but no matter. We purged every last one of that group.
Okay, it's just like, oh, my bros are dead. Even though this is probably the past or something, that still pisses me off.
It was time for Mobius to answer a few questions. I hoped for his sake to find him in a forthcoming mood.
It's Mobius, so he's just gonna take you over again. You know that. Why even say anything else? And now we're in the game. So yeah, this is an interesting game in a lot of ways. I didn't beat this game, but I definitely put some time into it originally. It has a very different combat system than any of the other Soul Reaver games has had, and it's probably got the best combat system. And it's very, very strictly level-based. You're basically switching back and forth between Raziel and Kain over time. And yeah, combat, just because we're doing it right now, it is basically like God of War. It's rather than it being the very binary combat Soul Reaver had, or the very dual-focused combat Blood Omen had, it's very much like you've got a light attack, you've got a heavy attack. You are actually like putting together combos and trying to like fighting multiple dudes, and then kind of chaining that into like TK attacks and stuff like that, which is really interesting compared to, again, like Soul Reaver 2's combat was very, very blunt. You were just kind of like hitting the button, more or less. You know, Soul Reaver 1's was even worse. Blood Omen 2 had an interesting combat style, but it was very, you know, dual focused. It was only good for fighting one guy at a time, and it was also kind of boring. You know, you kind of, like, the variety of it ran out rather quick. You was kind of got reduced down to just hold block all the time, wait up for those specific special abilities to kind of mount And then that was kind of it. This is much more, there's much more vibrant, there's much more flexibility to it, which is certainly good. Climb up these walls. Yeah, it's kind of just assumed right from the start that both Kain and Raziel have all the basic, like, Soul Reaver abilities, going through gates, climbing up walls, with the exception of swimming, obviously. Raziel, I think, can still do that, but Kain, not a fan of water. This part's great.
Help me! Oh, please, no.
From time to time, it is necessary to feed. And
Such
the
a
unusual
perfect
event of a
line.
feast
Just
prepared by the
that
Seraphim
that line alone
must
has
be
more
saved.
pathos and story in it than an entire COD game. Like, that's what makes the series really good. The writing is fine. The world is good, but what really has always made the Soul Reaver games has been the fantastic voice acting. I mean, if they had had any lesser voice actor, there's no way these games would have as much of a following. Like, there's just... Not to say that the story and stuff like that isn't great, but it would, like, there's no way you could convey how good these games are without those specific voice actors doing exactly the jobs they do. Specifically, I think it's Simon Templeton. Simon Templeton is one of the guys. I don't remember who voices Kain. I have not been memorizing voice actors, but the voice actors for Kain, the Elder God, the one from the Elder God is sadly dead, and of course Raziel, they put so much just strength and power into those words. It's what makes these games as good as they really are.
That?
And Kane's just like, fuck you, guy. I'm able to do crazy telekinesis bullshit. Yeah, I've got that ability on a weird button. I've got that on the right stick as, like, the button of the right stick, which doesn't make a ton of sense. It's supposed to be on O, I think. O is what it was in the original PlayStation 2 version of this, but whatever. It's where it made sense. Because I wanted to put, Soul Suck on O, because that's where, as far as I'm concerned, the harvest button goes. Because that's where it was always originally with the other games, but I don't know, whatever. We got what we got. We'll make it through this game with our weird-ass control scheme and hope for the best that I've not made any grievous errors when it comes to assigning buttons here. Get myself a TK rune. TK, a big deal in this. Throwing guys into shit, kind of useful. More blood. I guess I could probably use some blood. Yeah, so like you can see, like seeing the way the blood flits out of the characters like that. It doesn't feel like just an effect. Like it feels like there's a bit more weight to it. It feels more like it's an actual object within the game world. You know what I mean?
Was nearly in my grasp, but the door
Go through this
had been
weird
sealed by a blessed barrier.
Blessed.
As I approached, the Reaver
Things that are blessed
resonated in response.
don't normally
Perhaps
have
its
big,
dark
fat,
sorcery
faint
could
skulls
dispel
on 'em.
These holy barriers.
Holy, again, not holy. Big, crazy vampire skulls. Not generally a sign that God is into that. Just saying. Maybe they're God. Maybe whatever weird thing they worship. But still, a weird use of that word. And these guys are like, wow, we've got the high ground. There's no way he'll stop us. And then I go, ba-dump. Oh, like that I meant. Get some Wilhelm screams out of that. Or something close to it. And then they fucked. I could have lifted them up, but I'm lazy. And then, okay, I gotta find the right door. I think the door I'm looking for is over here somewhere. Because there's two doors I can go through. One is wrong, one is right. And I want to make sure I go through the right one. Maybe it's the I don't think it's that one. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Because we've got these stupid fucking fire arrow wall sconces that I hate. Get destroyed a good way. And there's also, so I destroyed that, so this is pissing me off. So I'll destroy another one just to show it. Fuck. So we got this guy here. He's shooting arrows. You hit it up. Nothing in there though. It's like a robot, right? But if I were to get up close to one and pull that out, no, there's a dude in there. How is there a dude in there if when I do it like this, no blood or anything shows up? There's just wood. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's a minor quibble, but it pisses me off for some reason. Yep, checkpoints, got it. Kane's like, oh, this room looks familiar. Oh, also doors.
Locked.
Why was there no noise accompanying
What a
that
love
stomp?
of doors these pathetic humans have.
Oh well. I do like this version of Kain, the older, like more, like ravaged looking, evil evolution like version of Kain. I think that's a cool looking way to do it. Go get this. Go get the Soul Reaver emblem, because that's what that is. In the area that looks a lot like the place where the Soul Reaver itself was back, back in Soul Reaver 2. So I can do this. I can lift up guys, and then I think. So I feel like there should be a way to. Okay, so that's how I do it. So I was trying to figure out how to make that work so that I could choose where they get flung to. I couldn't figure it out when I was first playing it. I thought maybe I could just push them back, but no, there is a way to make them actually go a direction. And I think what it is I gotta hold the button to make them fly up, and then I've got to press a direction and let go of it after pressing the direction, maybe? Yeah, so I've got to let go of the button and while holding a direction. Like, just like with the other games, there's a very weird specificity to how you actually like do button combinations with some of the moves here to make it all work. Beat my Reaver. Well, it's not super necessary actually in this, at least right away. You needed to get that bar at the bottom filled up now once I have an emblem, which allows me to do like special moves.
Origin and designed to enhance
Not the Fire Reaver. It looks like it, but it's not. It's the balance emblem. I could go into the status screen to show that, but lazy.
Mobius clearly meant for me to find it.
He's a big conniving asshole. I love the Kain's look of shock. They're like, oh shit, guards! Why would there be guards? And now he's like, no, I'm cool now. I wasn't shocked a moment ago. You can't startle me.
I could promise you the same.
I like the variety of
But it
spears
would
they're
be a
holding.
lie.
That's a nice, like, it's a good, it's nice to see all those different assets. So yeah, the combat here it's much better built for fighting multiple people. It's got a real Arkham Asylum thing going on where Kain kind of auto tracks to whatever dude is both in the direction that you're attacking, but also is closest. Like it's a very smart combat style. And it's also very God of War-y in that there's a lift attack, and then as you hold it, you can go up with them, which allows you to do cool abilities. Now I can do special attacks. And I think if I hold the button, I do that. I go all Highlander. None of that is really explained all that well, especially the emblem stuff. The special attacks aren't explained all that well. The basic combat actually gets fairly well explained in a room coming up, which I'm actually probably going to fast forward through because it's basically just a boring tutorial section. Nobody really wants to watch me futz my way through. But whatever. In the meantime, fucking fire arrow guys. I don't really need to destroy these, but I'm going to. Ah, fuck it. I'm out. Dex! Hate you fire arrow motherfuckers. No! No! Cut it out! Stop it, guys! No, come on now! There we go. They are not my friends, those guys. They are dicks. Now fight a bunch of dudes! I know you just did, but you should do some more.
Die, vampire!
No, that's not the button I wanted. Nope. Do I not have a guard anymore? I feel like there is a guard button and I have forgotten it. But that doesn't matter, because you got a cool dodge. I can do this. I can go miss dodge. It's a fun combat system to play with. Like, there's cool stuff to do. It's well designed for fighting multiple enemies. It's still not as deep as something like a God of War or Devil May Cry, but, there's stuff. You'll also unlock moves over time as you gain combat experience. Though, I mean, there's not, like, experience coming off dudes. There's no real good way to tell when you're close to a level up. I can go to the status screen real quick and find out. I think. We'll find out in a second. I'll go look at the status screen, show you what that looks like. It does not control well with my setup for some reason. It's best to just use the mouse, so that's what we'll be doing.
This door had been equipped with a singular lock, requiring an
Need that Wu-Tang symbol looking eagle symbol.
I would find it.
Seraphan clan ain't nothing to fuck with. See, let's go to the status screen quickly. Yeah, so where are my mouse? Okay, yeah, so I can go in here and that shows clearly, and then those are the moves. Those are the moves I can unlock. And these are my collectibles. And then these are my reavers down here. Balance emblem. Let's move along! On to the next segment. Oh, that's the sound of me fighting, guys! And then I'll lift you up. Later, fucker. That was not hard. Go over here, go like that. Do some climbing. Ah! Platforming is still a little funky. There isn't any camera control at this point. Like, I can't use the right stick. There's no like camera controls on the shoulder. It's again, God of War, Resident Evil almost style, where it's specific camera angles that you're working with. They're not tank controls, obviously. Training room. This is basically the, hey, can you figure out how the hell combat works? I bet you can. Exit combat mode. Give me attack for slashing. Attack to attack. Now lift attack. No, they wanted combo. And that guy disappears. Let me go over to the next one. Slow, unnecessary tutorial. Now they're gonna want me to do a slam. Just gonna keep doing it until they're like, yeah, it's good enough. There we go. And now it's combos. No, do it to the next one. I like that they kind of just disappear very arbitrarily. No, not the button I wanted. There we go. Wanted to un-auto face. Lift attack, then combo. Lift attack, then TK. Disappears. One more, which I think will be the dodge and the jump. Oh, that camera. Move in a direction, then go. Oh, right, I gotta get into auto combat, and then whoosh. There we go. I really like that. I think that's a fun thing to do. And then if I hold a direction and press jump, jump, I'll do a little jump. A little miss jump. And now do everything you just learned, but on this one in the center. Slashing attack. Basically, do all the things, but we're not going to tell you the buttons. Oh, lift attack. Lift jump. Lift and slam. Lift and combos. Lift and TK. And then a thing dissolves in fire up there. And we go get it. And I just gotta remember where the ladder is. It's over here! I think it is a health rune in there. Because it's back to health runes. There's no lore in this game. Though they did essentially keep the combat, the experience thing, the combat experience, except now instead of unlocking more health, you're just unlocking, you're unlocking special moves. Which, I think that's a better way to do it. Adding some form of, like, progression system is really what this game, is really what this series needed. But also you can double drink. But having it give health specifically was kind of weird. Like, it started, like, the lore system started getting ridiculous in Blood Omen, where it's just like the amount of blood needed to get a level up and the amount of blood you had just became silly. Having it unlock moves makes a lot more sense. But I don't know what happens if you, once you hit enough experience that you've kind of maxed it out. I don't know if if it just caps you there, or if there's maybe more moves you learn. Who knows? I guess we will, eventually, when we find out. When we kill all these guys. Kill all the guys in the game! All gajillion of them. Do my mist. I'm gonna kill this guy with the arrow first, because always kill the range guy, because fuck the range guy. And then feed the Reaver. He says, no, that was my sternum. And then drink this guy, or just throw him to the ground. Fuck your blood. I do like that you can just, like, whip out a TK blast real easy in the middle of combat, and use it to just throw a guy across the room from behind you while focusing on the dudes in front of you. Which is handy. Like, again, it's a good combat system here. Like, you can do it oh, Cadaver's Laceration. So I don't even need to see the thing for this. I already know how to do it. It's weird. You've got to press a direction and then start mashing the button. Like, you've got to hold the direction and then it's... There we go! Cadaver's Laceration! Drink that guy. And then I should probably stab a dude to feed my Reaver too. No, I got it. Yep. Doors are opening. No, I can't stab a dude. Alright, now I need to remember where that door is. I had this problem too. This game's got no map or anything like that. So it's really, really easy to lose yourself. Especially in these big corridors like this where, like, it's there we go. Where it can become really hard to get your bearings, especially if you're backtracking like we are right now. And I think we're going... No, yeah, there's another door here. Yeah, and then the door we're looking for is back here. There we go. Destroy that door. Kick that door. And we're gonna go run down a big spiral staircase. Because what is a Kain game if it does not have a big long spiral staircase at some point? It's also one of these fuckers. Do you think? And then might as well get some use out of you. No reason to stab him just because we're not gonna be. I know for a fact there's not anything coming up where we could use some Reaver health. Some Reaver meter, or whatever you want to call it. Be careful, because you can fall off these stairs real easy. That's what I did last time. I want to make sure I'm not missing out on, like, a extra symbol up here. Get all my TK and whatnot. Let's see. Oh, there's also the Dark Chronicle, which I can't look at for some reason. I thought there was a way to access the Dark Chronicle from here, but it's not letting me. Odd. It should have extra lore and stuff in it. I want to say it maybe has just like concept art too. I don't know. I remember the Dark Chronicle from playing this game back in the day, but I don't really remember what it does. Let's go activate a cutscene. Oh no, we got stuff to do first. Let's go follow this path to get to the point where we activate a cutscene. It does lock on to those points when it goes red, so that's kind of handy. You definitely know what you can and cannot, like, do with that. Like, overall, this, like, a lot of that kind of stuff is much more streamlined than it was in, Blood Omen or any of the other games. You can rely on the fact that, you know, what you're able to TK will get locked onto, and there's no more finicking around trying to find what is a super jump. The super jump is a contextual action now. It will put you exactly where you need to go. You don't need to worry about the weirdly inconsistent jump patterns that fucking move had. Like, that's all pretty nice. And this is where the cutscene starts? Yeah, here we go. Kain's got his big open mouth going, yeah. Go talk to Mobius. I think the voice actor changed here. It does not sound like the same Mobius from Soul Reaver 2. Mobius from Soul Reaver 2 had like a higher, more like needly devious shithead voice.
Hasn't it? No banter.
This Mobius is a bit more traditional bad guy.
Yes. Raziel.
Wow, he put some emphasis into that word.
Into this game, and now he's been swept from the board by your hand.
That is some cedar joke. Swept from the board.
When?
Yeah.
How humiliating it must be for you.
Fuck. Yeah, I get it. You're the time guy.
At my doorstep for answers.
What, are you gonna give me a fucking puzzle made out of clock hands next or something?
You see?
Seriously, Mobius has all the fucking, like, smarts of a goddamn Batman villain.
Kain should succumb to the scepter's power like any common vampire.
So I wonder why that scepter's able to stop vampires. Does it have glyph magic or something? Or is it just like, no, fuck you, it's a plot device. Plot contrivance. Whatever. It's just a thing that works because we need to have a way to shut down Kain at points.
You have read the signs, but missed their meaning. You believe you are that myth of vampire prophecy. The scion.
You know, it's pretty clear. I think even Kain realizes it's Raziel at this point. Like, that's pretty obvious.
But your messianic
I mean, he's got wings.
Have blinded you.
Right? Like, that's
true nature.
That's clear that he's like a messiah guy, because he got wings. Wings are cool.
There was a time.
I know that's not the most sophisticated reasoning, but I'm going with it.
Now, your vanity has made you witless.
Alright then.
You will have to learn the truth for yourself.
So here's your sword. I'm just gonna like fuck off now. Go have a bath. Maybe
Your
dinner.
strength will return after I have departed.
You can go do your own thing.
Then,
you will have more urgent concerns than pursuing me. Perhaps, when we next meet, you will have learned a little humility.
Yeah, not gonna happen. It is Kain after all. Also, hey, Wu-Tang Eagle. We need that. And I believe...
These strange
oh no, we gotta fight
creatures
these guys
seem to
first.
manifest from
And
our
then
shadows.
we move on to Raziel. Because that is the thing of this game. It is, you know, it's level-based much like Blood Omen 2 was, but it's got a... It's got an interesting, like, back-and-forth mechanic where you are constantly going back and forth between Raziel and Kain. It's kind of this game's core conceit, is that you get to be both! No longer are you confined to just being, the hero or the anti-hero. You get to be both!
Mobius's attempt at stopping me was not one of his better efforts.
He said evil
When I
fart
found
gas, and I
It would be my
don't really
turn
care.
to offer a few surprises.